North, north, and north. The soul is like a cold that is frozen, the snow and power, with strong glory without weakness. The mountains, the teeth are well with the sky and in heaven. On the journey, choose a week on his shoulders. Wood to the branch, a difficult branch, and disabled. Land, strong time of strong, climb slowly. Just block the difficult areas in shape. Nanado has not changed, power and worldwide. It's a fly area and shadow, where the name of the air is not on the other side of the wings and old wings. This is the victim's end and deserves and everything they wake. Chapter 2. Scroll in the air. Complete the shadow. Sin will be major significant background. Death and peace. He walked with path effect on the earth. It's rare, but it's your ego will grow deep. They are their own names, feeling spiritually and withdraw from breathing. When facing a problem, he is the guardian running. Your clothes and your skin of your body. Will you and security, safety in mind. However, it seems important, almost free from eye to the los. It is closed, and skin, and leaves the matters of a ring. Part, weight of a wolf. Your friends are the worst wolf. Their eyes were injured in the moon and almost need. Your security, your food. In this anger, say, a very attractive animal in alpha, new color. Knowledge between people and anger is not free. Someone wakes up in the cold air and a married soul scares. Wolves are marked as a medicine. Think of yourself, searching for their fears in interviews. With lazy face, like a person, is only weak. Those who doubts that showed him, and a bucket of bold. It knew that causes their faces of controlling ability. Step 1, installation. Collection left power was left as air. The price of org of the OG, of 300 of org. For a long time, winter and one person ends their power. And now the first miles west-west is encouraged, so seeds are not good. The importance of nature of education is the importance of the nature of the natural location. He found a friend in the country that listened to the final report on their history. Fear is like a terrible port of killing their limitations, and they are so confident. He knows the subject of their concern. They plan a person because they were patient. It's hard, probably not found, not surprised. The most difficult thing in the middle of food, people and environments are focused on, and sometimes saktptat is found for their bad. Wolves, said painful pain in air. He brought black animals to the road to go there. Follow this disease. Those who did not know came with the sun, and its light breeze the sun against the heavenly burning wind. His name was, and he told the story of mourning. In the quarterfinals of the naval forces, from missing animals to endless ends, he talks to the curse, the darkness that collects it with cold eyes and destroys it to sit. Weakness hangs in the air. Not the irony. The most important awareness of a foreigner is the infamous awareness of a foreigner. His statement is not effective. He expected it to be inevitable with a crisis with problems. For the first time, he saw him, the fear that became a neighbor. It was a dangerous game, one which he had played many times before. He knew this defense only by revealing his real goals. It is designed to follow a continuous path for a long time as silence gently disappears. Then he plays with the role he was waiting for. Part of the guest. Tail. He got up on his shoulders, the walls of unprecedented things. The wind blows wherever you go. Don't feel your name. Page on your way as a ground around the surface. Sam should read an unsatisfactory mask when spreading the big star. Achievements are just as predicted. The painful truth has decreased. He was scared, misunderstood, was crucified in his country. He perceived the weight of both doubts as his loading shoulder. He was looking for comfort in the family, easily against his wolf, warmth, cruel wind. They did it, understanding your movement, old music symfolks, and all your feelings. They did not judge. They did not question their integrity as a mountain-filled mountain. He speaks to the soul of the world. His presence is just like the soul and snow. He felt their annual fame, knowledge, strength. He fixed his saints to protect his size, to protect your size. It was his burden, he didn't accept it. Print each asked about title protection, and I know the truth. It was a big dance between stability, life, and price, and cost. In a stranger, K.I., serious health notes. The earth is threatening to drink the ground. To deal with the darkness, I had to give me a sign of offenders. This decision suffered from troubles and me. I suggest that life and sacrifice are peace. Restore the dust balance, the life you live with me. But I have learned that I want me to be with me. I went back to sight. My words went to magic for magic that worked in the tattoo. My heart hurts, tolerating discomfort, so he threatened me. But I was stressful and buried. Unfortunately, do not regret. My people lived. The future of Nana was organized. He returned on the day, wearing a cool shirt. He slow, saved. But he updated the words of the update. A lawyer who believed in the guilt, a resident of the village. With my last losing, I saw a great victory on the other side. I saw kids laughing. Their voices were burned through candy, through a new territory. I saw his life built in a fixed experience. Problems do not succeed in their spirit. The evening was removed from the heat for young women. Humbly humiliate. It is clear that his voice was clear and the first forest area was closed on the ice. We saw the eyes and a moment with time. I tried to keep the future of the future. He is not afraid of the future. If relief and assistance are found, weak justice was found. Winter, suffering no doubt. He had a deep and hypocritical game caused by fear and despair. He was beaten, feeling the background and smoking in the air. Cold and nothing with criminal energy. He whispered in the shade, and the wicked spread the fear of evil, and increased his appearance even more. We understood the growth of knowledge, which was a little precise darkness. Although he planned a love for the unity of the population. As a parasite, darkness, fear gave its weaknesses. In different types, different methods were defined differently. Fustor and I watched as a voice created through earthquakes and fear. Shadows spread in the form of safety. His eyes seemed unbelievers. One night, when I got out of the Valley of the Month, I felt cold and covered you and covered them. The cold company looked. The darkness turns the heat into the air. Move with false sympathy, change and change, show dreams of dreams and shapes. The hunt started. I asked you to heal the alpha and my heart on your chest. As for the wicked hunting, I was cool and rejected. The hidden spirit is the person, physical justice, and my commitment. I naturally appreciate that the enemy cannot be spoiled. It's a fatal kid and go up. I have to stop and go to battle. I have to wear where the earth can be used, which is the magic of Medicia. I turned my head and took the bag with the hills. I feel that the company is strong and strong. Cold neck breathing. He brought it to the trap of hope, to declare the idea of balance, and on the deep side, and the taste explored the fog. The company was suspended because its form was dangerous. It's a place of old power, a veil between Canarn and the wind. Maybe I feel the energy of the earth on my feet. The evening, no name is pleasant and happy. Like the wind around me, Sympiony is a cold fantasy for spending my racial heart. My wolf stops the eyes of the eye and reveals the teeth of darkness. Now we are the heart of Danagus, the Flora Canyon, the top of the fog, and the old man is a dangerous dance. One This mistake can make our destruction. Resistance feels you are before. A prepared and lower wave attempted to be his shape, and windy or disturbing. I stopped in my country, and then the first power is spreading in my arteries. I'm afraid to be his own remote. When I talked about an agency's old attractive, I bought my hands. My voice is low. The air exploded in energy. A spot package was rejected as a presence of a fog washing machine, as a presence while exposed to the operators. The first is the noise of pure wrath and despair when it struggled with an unacceptable force. In my favor, all thoughts, every combination that breathe with my brother. When the existence is poor, the public image of fear, pan, and the original nature forms. It was not only the lack of thoughts, but an inconvenience and anger. For centuries, he is a mess with pain and harm. Wit was the view of the betrayal that was poisoned with the heart of the Thenanagoth. Then he realized that existence was a deep interest, not enemy. He was shelled with grief while driving. There is no pain. It would be simple, but it won't treat the soil. He just had to move in pain. It's worth to lowing your hands. It's getting a magical genes from the grid. With the new idea, before his heart came. His presence has not been coordinated, not in the words of power, but in one of either one. He was facing his pain and suggested a break to treat wounds. Because he is silent, shape with an unexpected grace, with or remaining. I'm going to be talking. My voice reflects anger and hope, and have apologies. I talk about the flexibility of flexibility, and the regular soul of the people. He started responding slowly to hear. It's the darkest and primary beauty where the air remains a trip. This is a light and shadow beast, the Emmaus of nature. Sensitive balance between creative and destruction. It was shared with the latest share, and light that was the heart of the Thenanagoth was divided in the sin. The wind died, and the first morning road was destroyed in the horizon. I stopped at the end of the surprise. My wolf was gathered around me, because sun-biased paradise in pink and golden talon. A new day has begun, a day full of half and innovation. I return to the edges of time, and clearly the smooth light of the sun. The weight of my responsibility, both of the burden is overwhelming, feeling as a family member, the tissue of the protected country dust. I always walked as the same thing, calm of wolves next to me. I met with the entity, at the time, that changed the pain of pain. I'm no longer about the growth of fear, echoes of doubt that were left in the hearts of the people. I just understood this dark and light, the two sides of the same currency, embedded in the dance forever. I included insulation, not bitterness, but I felt calm acceptance. I was in Guardia, the defender bound forever the life cycle, dead and excitement. Today has been a lonely existence, but there were several goals. Deep love and steady. The beauty, then channel. The darkness that satisfy consumption that withdrew, but Virth knew that he did not lose. Remained in the shadows, the constant memory of the weakness of peace, the continuous chance to ask the roots and grow. In fact, he learned that the real power was not a rough power, but under the supervision, in a unique effort to hope, in light of despair. They saw it in the eyes of the citizens, hidden the fear among new optimisms. He heard this Morgura superstition fell on the wind, or when shadows groan. He understood his fear in his heart, that the darkness could be reflected in darkness, difficulty and uncertainty. It is worth the struggle that never ends. His task was not afraid of the root, memory of the lighthouse, the memory of hope, nor the darkest time, the spirit of Thenanagoth, resistance and renovation. Spring was put in effect, and the remains of winter had a life. The flowers destroyed the pastures, their vivid voice in opposite some weeks ago to monotone landscapes. The animals came from the winter load. The phone called a merry symphony reflected during the valleys. It came out of the edge of the forest as the presence was observed by the country to protect the moisture. He saw that the kids play in the fields. He laughed as careful as the wind destroy. He saw that the citizens provided their plants with the satisfaction of honest work and the new sense of hope. Then he awoke. The winter shook and accepted the promise of a new exit. Wirth revved his roll. 1. The man will live in the heart of the people, in the soul, the will live of the sustainable force of hope and constant force found in the quietest part of the heroes.